So I wanted to touch on an issue that is really important. Achieving biodiversity conservation. And to that list I wanted to add a huge part of the carbon that is stored on the planet is stored in forests and other ecosystems that are rich in carbon, and protected areas protect that carbon, keep it there and avoid emissions into the atmosphere. But of course there are other issues. For example, the world's water supplies. I think it's about 100 of the world's biggest cities are absolutely dependent on protected areas for their water supplies. Turning to things like fisheries and food security, you look at coral reefs, island communities, people live on coastlines and they depend on the existence of protected areas for their very daily protein intake.
Now the report only starts to look, yes, away with IUCN and its World Commission on Protected Areas.
There are far more protected areas and a far greater area covered on the terrestrial than in the marine. There's 12% protection terrestrially, but in the marine it's far, far less than that. But even if you look at different habitats on land, you find, for example, there are far more protected areas, far greater area covered in forests than there are in dry lands or indeed in grasslands. So there's a lack of balance there. There are some species that are far better protected than others. But meanwhile, we know very little there's very little systematic review of ecosystem services and the ecosystem function and the way that is protected and covered. So there's a lot still to do.
Cái này này, cái nơi này là cũng là cái đăng ký.